Hi, welcome to freshmind.com. My name is Eric and I'm going to show you how to create a neon sign effect without using actual lights. It's really easy to do, so just get you a sheet of paper, draw you out a reference like what I did here. I just drew this on a sheet of paper and scanned it in, and I'm going to use this as a guide. Alright, let's go inside of Maya. And again, this is really easy, really simple to do. The hardest part is just creating the geometry. Alright, inside of Maya, let's go to a front view. View, image plane, import image, navigate to my desktop. There's my reference that I created. Click open, put it in our viewport. I want it behind my grid, so I want to move this image in the negative direction along the Z axis. So over here in my channel box, there is a center X, Y, and Z. Center Z, I'm going to change it just to a negative value. It doesn't matter, just negative 100. Now it's behind my grid. I don't really need this grid, so I'm going to turn my grid off. Go up to Create menu, CV Curve Tool. You can use EP Curve Tool if you want. I'm just going to use the CV Curve Tool. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to start tracing all of these lines. I will do the top part of the tree, and then after that I will speed up the video while I do all the rest of it, and then we'll come back. Alright, so I'm just going to start clicking on some points here really quick. And then after I do this, I will just edit these. Almost done here. Alright, hit enter to complete that tool. Now I'm just going to right click, control vertex, and now I'm just going to use my move tool to just resituate these vertices so it lines up with my reference a little better. If you're familiar with shortcuts, you can just press and hold down the tilde key. You can do it that way. Alright, I'm going to zoom in here, and I'm just going to kind of make these ends where they're not so, I just want to maybe a little more rounded on these ends. I don't want anything looking too pinched. Alright, I will speed up the video as I do the rest of this. Okay, now that I've got all the curves completed, I'm going to get rid of this image plane. We don't need it anymore. So view, image plane, image plane attributes, over to image plane 1. And then I'm going to press the delete button. There we go. Let's create a border, kind of make it look more like a sign. So back up to our create CV curve tool. And let's just create a really quick and easy border here. Enter. I'm going to close this up right here. So I'm going to go up to the, make sure my surfaces menu set. Edit curves, open and close curves right there. Right click, control vertex. I'm just going to swap those two around. And let's just kind of make this look a little more square. I'm not going to worry about it being too perfect though. Alright, good enough. Maybe Make this a little bit more rounded on this corner. There's our sign. The only thing left to do is to give some thickness to this to make it look more like a neon sign would look. So I'm going to go up to the Create menu, Nerves, Primitives, over to Circle. Now we have a nerve circle. Just kind of move it out of the way. Don't worry about the size right now. Just select it, shift select one of your curves, go up to the Edit Nerve, or actually Surfaces menu, go down to Extrude, and then the Options box. Edit, Reset Settings. And the only thing I'm going to do is up here at the top, the result position, I'm going to change it to at path, and then pivot, I'm going to change to component. Click on Extrude, smooth shade that, and you can see we just gave the top of our tree some thickness. Of course, it looks more like, well, I'm not going to say what it looks like. Alright, let's repeat the same thing. Select our circle, shift select another curve, surfaces, extrude. Same thing, shift select, surfaces, extrude. Surfaces, extrude. And our border. If you don't want to keep going up to do this, you can just do the shortcut key, which at least on Windows, I would assume it's the same on Mac, but on Windows, if you press the letter G, it repeats the last command, which for us was the extrude. So if I just press the letter G, it automatically does extrude. Alright, I'm going to select my curve. I'm going to use my scale tool and just scale this down until I get a size that I like. So that actually is not too bad right there. I kind of like that. Next thing is which is the easy part, is to creating our neon. So let's go up to our Windows menu, down to Rendering Editors, over to Hypershade, and we will create our materials using the Hypershade. Over here on the left, you'll see a Lambert. I'm just going to click on it 4 times because we're going to make 4 different colors. Just going to scale out a little bit here. Alright, Lambert, 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 and Lambert. Let's go ahead and name these. I'm just going to right click on this top one, select rename, and let's just call this, just to make it really simple and easy, let's just call this red. Right click, rename. This one's going to be, say, green. The next one we'll rename to, say, orange. And this last one we'll rename it to blue. Alright, now we just need to change the colors. So I'm going to double click on this red. That opens up the attributes for it. In the attributes, we're going to, 3 things we're going to change. The first one's going to be this incandescence. That's our main color. So since this is red, I'm going to click on the color swatch for incandescence. Bring the brightness all the way up, saturation all the way up, and let's make it a red. It's already up on the red. So that's what we want to do for incandescence on each one of these. The other thing we're going to change is the color. So I'm going to click on the color swatch. And I don't want this to be the same. I want this to be a lighter color than our incandescence. So I'm just going to make this a little bit lighter. Something about like that. Click accept. Next thing I'm going to do is down here in the special effects section, just expand that, and you'll see glow intensity. Let's change that to 0.15. And we'll make them all 0.15 for our glow intensity. So now let's do the next one. Let's do our green. Just going to click it or double click it. Incandescence. Brightness all the way up. Saturation all the way up. Let's make this a green. The color is going to be the same green, except we want it to be a lighter color. Or you can even give it a little bit of yellow if you wanted to. Our glow, 0.15, or just somewhere close to that. Next one is orange, incandescence, brightness, saturation. Let's make it kind of an orange color. Accept. The color, it's going to be the same, except it's going to be lighter color. Glow, 0.15, and the last one is our blue. So let's change our incandescence, brightness, saturation. Let's make it maybe kind of that color blue, accept. And this one's going to be it's going to be lighter, a lighter color blue. maybe that. Alright, so there is our 4 colors. Now we just need to apply those to our geometry. 2 ways you can do it. You can select a piece of geometry. This board is going to be red, so just select a geometry, and then you can right click on your color. Doesn't matter if you do it up here or in the work area. Doesn't matter, just right click and select Assign Material to Selection, and it adds it. So right here we've got 2 words. We can select those. Right click on our blue, Assign Material to Selection. The other way is you can just middle mouse drag. So let's say the top of our tree is green, so I'm just going to middle mouse drag this green from the work area over to our tree, and the orange to the base part of the tree. Alright, we don't really need the hyper shade right now, so I'm just kind of close all this out. And let's do a render. Alright, not bad. I'm going to change this to a high quality render, so let's open up our render settings. Go to the Maya software tab, and let's change it to highest quality. You can use Mental Ray or whatever you want. And let's just do another render. Alright, not bad for a first go at it. I'm going to make a couple changes here. The orange is way too washed out. The blue actually doesn't look like it has any glow on it. The red could use a little more glow. So let's just kind of save this and make a few changes here. So let's bring up our attribute editor. Let's see, the red, I'm just going to add a little more. From this point on, all it is just, and all I did here was open up the attribute editor, clicked on the shader node, which we named a red. And I'm just going to give it a little more intensity, say maybe 0.2. The blue didn't look like it had anything, which it doesn't. So let's try 0.5, 1.15 actually. And let's see, the green, I'm going to change this light color. I'm going to make it kind of a yellowish green. I think that'll probably come out a little better. And this orange was way too washed out, so I'm just going to make these a little bit darker. Do another render. Alright, looking a lot better. But that's all there is to it. You just keep playing with the settings until you get a look that you like. But those are the main 3 things: the incandescence, the color, and the glow intensity. Alright, if you go and create any kind of neon signs or any kind of cool neon stuff, feel free to post a video response and show us what you did. That concludes this tutorial, and as always, thanks for watching.